Well, you remember that graph on the other video? I don't know if it was the last one or the one before that I did, where I showed you the graph and I said, hey, we had a day of 1,047, then we had a day of 900 and something, and I said that 900 and something, we're going to have to wait for a couple more days, or at least a day, to see if it was a trend. It wasn't a trend. In fact, we've got 1,497 deaths in 24 hours now from the coronavirus. So now that is the single highest death total of any country so far. Of any country so far. Right here. The good old US of A. New York City hospitals have just about under half of all those cases. That's why New York's healthcare system is being overloaded. I mean, you've got to figure 8,500, just under half, so 4,000. So you've got a sudden 4,000 deaths, plus all the individuals that have been in the hospital. That's why their healthcare system is overloaded. Let's hope it doesn't happen anywhere else, and let's hope they get relief soon. The United States set a grim global record on Saturday, with the number of deaths from coronavirus leaping by 1,497 in just a single 24-hour period, taking all total deaths past 8,500, 8,503. Almost half of the day's fatalities were in New York City, where the death toll reached 2,624, and hospital corridors were littered with body bags containing the latest victims. The U.S. death toll skyrocketed to 8,000 by the end of Saturday, and the number of cases surged by 33,324, leaving just over 300,000 Americans infected by the dangerous virus. This marks the highest number of infections anywhere in the world, and that nice little trend, there's that graph again. This is where I said, we need to wait here and see if this is a trend and it goes down, or if we get an inverse head and shoulders. And we got an inverse head and shoulders. And interestingly enough, just like the stock market, when you see an inverse head and shoulders, it generally means that there's going to be a rise. And there is. It's a signal, a drop, a signal, and a rise, and that's called an inverse head and shoulders. Crazy. Well, the death toll in Italy, over 15,000, and Spain, over 11,000, is still higher. The U.S. now dwarfs the hard-hit European nations' infections, with both Italy 124,000 and Spain 126,000. And we have just over 300,000 infected. That's got to be a testing issue. Really, honestly, it has to be a testing issue. I don't see any other way around it. I don't see how it would affect us differently than it did Europe. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo warned that the pandemic is like a fire spreading, and his state continues to be ravaged and ruined by the crisis. So do something about it, man. Do something about it. It's kind of what you're there for. It's your job. The United States epicenter for the outbreak is yet to reach its apex, but its hospitals and morgues are near breaking point already. New York State's death toll surged to 3,565 Saturday, just under 4,000. As another 788 New Yorkers died from the virus, marking the biggest one-day toll there yet. The number of cases in the state reached 10,675, and the total number of infections topped 113,833, higher than the number of infections in the whole of hard-hit Spain. Isn't that crazy? Just New York. New York City alone made up 757 of the state's 788 new deaths, and more than half of the U.S.'s daily deaths from coronavirus. Oh, New York. Oh, New York. Our hearts go out to you, and we wish you nothing but the best. This is the graph, guys. Look at that. Look at that rise. Look at that. That's... Man. When does this train end? I don't want this ride anymore. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. You guys take care of yourselves. You're valuable. You're more valuable than you think. I'll see you guys on the next one.